What's up, guys? It's Taco coming to you from my kitchen. Today I got a little trout clean and cook to follow up our fishing for stock or trout video. Need a couple of things to get you started. I'm going to show you a few things that I use and how I go about doing this. First off, need a cutting board of some form or a fish cleaning table if you have that outside. Second thing you're going to need is your fillet knife. It really doesn't matter brand or anything like that. It's just got to be sharp. Always try to keep some paper towels close by. And then you're going to need your fish. So I got a couple of stocker trout here. They're a bit on the small side. But to clean them, what I normally do is I take the back edge of my knife, just kind of go down. They really don't have big, high, hard scales. So I just kind of use the back edge of my knife to loosen the scales up. I'll get most of them when I go ahead and rinse them fish off. I'm going to take my knife. I'm going to cut right behind the head, down behind the fin, and take the head off. That's pretty simple. My next step is I come right behind the vent. I cut down a little bit, and then I cut down a little bit. Just like so. That allows you to get that vent out of there. I'm going to take my knife and just start right up the belly and split the belly open just like so. This one has been eating a ton of corn. People have been fishing for them with corn. Come over here, just take and get that gut out. Just like so. I'm going to come back. I always just cut the tail off as well. And that's pretty much cleaned. One thing I do like to do, I'll rinse them out real good, but I take my thumb and just run up that spine. It's a blood vessel there. So I just kind of force that little bit of stuff out. Just get that little bit of black out of there. Give them a nice rinse off. I always use cold water when I'm rinsing. But when I'm done, this is pretty much what I have. Yeah, he's just dressed. And that's all I really do with these. Like I said, I'll go back and get some more of them scales off. The second one, I'm going to do the same exact thing. I'm going to cut behind the head, come down right behind the fin, just like so. Come back right behind the vent, in front of the anal fin. Cut a little V in, just like so. Then I'm going to just go right up the middle of the belly. Pull the little bit of waste out. Then using a plastic bag from a grocery store is an outstanding place to put your scraps. Then I'm going to come back over, get that cold water going again. Just use my finger to force that. I believe it's a blood vessel, but I'm not 100% certain because I'm not a biologist. Whatever it is, I just like to clean that out the best I can. Just like that. And that's 2 dressed trout. Like I said, we're going to come back a little bit later on. I'm going to fry these up and have them for lunch. So stay tuned. So just like I was saying, I'll come back and just kind of go over these and scale them a little bit. I found that I used to use the back of my knife. I did a little bit of research and found that if you use just a regular old spoon, now the trout scales are very, very fine, so, but just take a spoon, go up and down the sides of them a little bit, knock them scales off, give them a good rinse. But that takes the scales off without really tearing the skin up too bad. A traditional scaler like you would use on white perch or whatnot is going to just destroy the thin skin on a trout. That's why I used the back of my knife, and after struggling for a minute, I discovered that a spoon works wonderful. So something to even Taco can learn a new tip every now and then. But we're pretty much good to go there. Like I said, I still got a few of them little fine scales to get. I just work at it a little bit at a time. And as you're doing it, you can kind of watch the scales come off. It'll lose that little bit of a metallic sheen and get a little muted looking, I guess would be the best way to describe it. But now, all I have to do is bag these up and wait till it gets a little bit closer to lunchtime, and I'm going to have a nice little lunch. So here we go, getting ready to cook this fish up, cook these couple of trouts up. I'm going to put a little bit of cooking oil in the bottom of my pan. Just enough to coat. I'm going to go ahead and turn that on to like a medium heat. Right here, got some Uncle Buck's original fish batter mix. This one's pretty good. You can dress it up any way you see fit. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of this in the pan or on a plate. I'm going to go ahead and throw my 2 trout in there. Get them all nice and coated up. Roll them babies over a little bit. We'll go ahead and put a little more batter on them. Just get them to coat it real nice. Sometimes you can just put the batter in a bag, kind of just shake them up a little bit. The biggest thing is, if you use fish batter, you never want to take what's not used and put it back in your batter thing. I mean, you can if you want to, but that's not what I'm going to do. Like I said, when I'm done with this, whatever excess batter there is will get tossed. Like I said, we're just going to give them a rub them down, get some batter on them. A little batter up in the cavity. Kind of get everything coated up. Little nice floury batter mix. Again, you can use any batter you choose. Like I say, there's J.O. Spice makes batter. Uncle Buck's has their batter. It's all personal preference. Okay, so now my oil's getting heated up. I'm just going to pop these 2 trout in. And I'm going to pan fry them 4 to 6 minutes per side or so until they flake up real nice. Once they start flaking up real good, that lets me know that that fish is done. And then we're going to eat. Now, the easiest way to tell when your fish is done is just stick a fork in it a little bit. If it flakes real easy, your fish is done. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this heat off. I'm going to get these out, get them on a plate, drain them a little bit, and then we will dine. This is exactly how the fish would be done if you were somewhere and you were having what they call a shore lunch. Like I said, that looks good. Okay, guys. So, fish is all cooked up. Got my beverage. I'm going to sit down here and chow down. I hope to catch you guys on the next video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. That's some good fish. I'll catch you guys out there in the field.